friend, it is time for a finished object. You may have seen me knitting this sweater for some time now. It's been what I've been working on for these knit with me, craft with me videos that I made a couple of Fridays during the move, since I couldn't really make anything more elaborate than that. I have finally finished it. We moved quite a few weeks ago, but it's still complete chaos in the apartment, and my studio / office is also complete chaos, so I can't do very much in there yet. But I figured I could show you this project, at least. It's quite windy out here and there's a lot of traffic. I hope that isn't too loud. But I'm filming on the balcony. It's the only place right now that I have where you can actually see all of me and not just the board boxes and stuff. So let's try this. So this is the 3-in-1 sweater by, give me a second, I don't know her name by heart, Anne Lernout from Alpha Knits. This is the pattern. It was published in 2014, so it's been out for quite a while. And this is my version of it. Now, I did not use the same yarn as the pattern calls for, which has led to some changes naturally. So, first of all, let me show you what yarns I did use. It was Merino Extra Fine in a mustardy color and a teal. This is number 30 and number 28. And I have, let's see if I can find it, there it is. Edition 3 as well, in the colorway English Garden for the bottom. So, first of all, I knew beforehand that changing the yarn would also change the sizing of the sweater. I also knit a 2XL, which is the largest size, knowing that it would probably be big for me. And it is, as you can tell. It fits nicely from the hips down, because I have a big belly and a big butt. But from the waist up, there's way too much fabric here. This doesn't have a fit that kind of agrees with that much fabric. Well, unless you like that, of course. I do like oversized clothing, but not quite this much. And also the sleeves are way too long for me. Now she says in the pattern, because it is meant to be a long sleeves. Let me show you. Where did it go? There it is. So you can see in the pictures, there are quite long sleeves on this one. But she says in the pattern that if you don't want the sleeves to be that long, you can just shorten the amount of rows that you do between each increase when you knit the sleeves. I think you're supposed to do like 11 rounds between each increase, and she says you can go down to 8. And I used 8, and still way too long. That is not her fault, of course. It's the pattern, because I used a different yarn that it builds more lengthwise. And I didn't do a swatch, of course. I never do. So yeah, it is way too big. I love the yarn. I love all the yarns. The whole project started with me having this yarn, the edition 3, which I think is just so beautiful. And I decided I wanted that to be like the first sweater, because the idea here is like that you're wearing like 3 sweaters on top of each other. So I started with that, and I continue with the Merino Extra Fine, which is a DK weight, because I absolutely love that yarn. It is so nice to knit with. It is so comfortable to wear. Very easy to dye on as well if you want to do that. So yeah. So what I should have done to make the sizing better is that because this is knit top up, when I came to the waist, I should have measured how wide it was and compared that to my own measurements and decreased stitches over the waist so that I didn't have quite as much up here. That would also have helped with the sleeves, because instead of the sleeves starting all the way out here, because there's quite a lot of fabric that I could have omitted. And had I done that, the sleeves would also have come a bit further up. And also I could have skipped at least a third of this yellow part. Like so. And I would have gotten a much better length for that. So yeah. I think someone is doing the laundry or something upstairs, or rugs. Okay. So fits nicely from the waist down. From the waist up, it's big. The neckline is not good at all. Way too big. There's supposed to be buttons here, and I do have buttons holes here. And then there's, I think there's a couple up here, but I don't think there was one in the yellow section. Or did I miss that? I could have used a buttonhole there as well. And of course, if I had that, it would be better. But it's still too big. And also the increases here look kind of funky to me. And also you have these purl rows. One here in the teal, and you got one here in the mustardy color. And the idea is to mimic this part where you have like one sleeve outside on top of the other, like you do here. And you try to accomplish that by just doing purl rows in the neck. And it didn't work too well with this yarn, I think. Maybe it's not too obvious if you're not too close up, but when you look close up, it doesn't quite give the right impression, I think. So yeah, I don't know how you would accommodate for that, since the sweater is knit top up. It's difficult to, well, I guess I could have used the same principles as here, where you knit one part, set it aside, start the next one, and then connect them. Maybe there's a way to do that for the neckline as well. But yeah. So overall impression is that it is way too big for me. Will I still be wearing it? Absolutely. Maybe not out and about as much, but definitely at home. Chilly evenings and such. Or maybe if I can get some good buttons in here, I could use it for working out, taking the walks and such. Guess that's an option. So yeah. Also, I need to show you, since this is fail, I decided to cast on a bit of a comfort knit. So I've started a Musselburgh hat, which seems to be all the rage right now. And I'm knitting that in the edition 3 English Garden colorway. A little pick-me-up for a project that didn't quite turn out as I'd hoped. I'm sorry, I keep poking the microphone transmitter. Maybe I should hold it in my hand. There we go. Yeah. There she is. Ooh, it's quite cold out here. But again, it's the only place I got right now, so hopefully next week I'll be able to film indoors, because it's probably going to be even colder than it being December by then. Well, that's it. This week's project all done. Well, this week's, it last, I don't know, 6 or 7 weeks. I have not had a lot of time to do any crafts or knitting or sewing or anything, so I've mostly been putzing away at this one. But yeah, that should change soon. So that's it for this week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.